Welcome to the Referrals Podcast, the show designed to help everyone from the solopreneur to the Fortune 500 company win the referral game. If you want to build a company with an army of ambassadors and raving fans who speak highly of you and refer you willingly, you are in the right place. And now, here is your host, Michael J. Maher.
I'm hosting today with two of our top CRTs. Neal Smith is in Sacramento, California, and Karla Roberdeau is here from the Twin Cities, right? Minnesota. So today we are diving into a strategy, a system, a way of looking at life that changed my life. I want you guys to imagine that you have been asked to be on the stage at KW Mega Camp in front of 10,000 people, and Gary Keller was going to interview you. You have the pre-call, and he tells you 5 or 6 questions that he's going to ask you. And then you get on stage, and he doesn't ask you any of those. That's just how it works. I'm just telling you, right? So his second or third question is, Michael, you have so many rituals. You have so much structure. You have like systems for everything. You literally have an SOP for every part of your business. I'm going to take all of that away. I'm going to take away your morning ritual, your pre-leave ritual, your starting ritual, your ending ritual, your nightly ritual. I'm going to take away your systems in your business. I'm going to take away every checklist you have, and I'm going to ask you, which is the one that you are going to fight me the hardest to keep? Or once they're all taken away, what's the one that you are going to build off of? All right. Did I say the part where we didn't cover any of this in the pre-call? Did I cover that? Okay. So it felt like 30 minutes, but it was probably like 10 seconds. And my answer was time blocking. My answer was time blocking. That was the answer. Because here's the thing. Once I understand the concept of time blocking, I can get my morning ritual back. I can get my nightly ritual back. I get my Sunday ritual back. I get my pre-leave ritual. I get my pro-launch ritual back. Those are all just time blocking concepts. And then I get my checklist back. Because I'd have time to work on them. So the bottom line is today we can change your life. We can change your business. This is a really, really big one. And so I have one question, and I want you to put your answer. Here's what I'd like to do. This is Zoom like 501. Like Zoom 101 is you got onto Zoom today. Good job. Zoom 501 is changing your name. All right. So this is just a great habit for you always, but we're going to add one little spice of life to this. I want you to change your name, and then I'm going to give you a number that you're going to add to your name. All right. So I'm going to give you 4 numbers. You can only pick one out of the following 4 numbers, 4 answers. How would your best friend, spouse, or significant other best describe you? Would they describe you as a 1, straight to the point? Would they describe you as a 2, social and outgoing? Would they describe you as a 3, steady and dependable? Would they describe you as a 4, cautious and perfectly accurate? Do you have your number? Everybody have a number? Anybody need me to repeat the numbers? 1, straight to the point. 2, social and outgoing. 3, steady and dependable. 4, cautious and perfectly accurate. Everybody have your number? All right. What is your first number? What is your first number, right? What's your first number? Now, here's the second thing. What is your second number? What is your second number? So if you said 1 is your first number, are you a secondary 2, social and outgoing, 3, steady and dependable, or 4, cautious and perfectly accurate? What is your secondary number? So 1, then 2, 2, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, twos, twos. Follow the instructions. Twos, twos. Follow. It's the first number for you would be a 2, obviously. The second number is going to be a different number. 22 is not an answer. Twos. If I had less twos in my life, it'd honestly be a lot less fun, but it'd also be a lot less stressful. So I don't know, like everybody counters everybody, I guess. You guys know what I'm talking about, don't you? All right. So lots of twos, lots of 1 2s. We've got a 4 in the house. Wayne, welcome. 3 1 2 3. All right. Now I'm going to give you the second part of this. You're going to go to your name, put your cursor over your name, hit right click, go to the bottom. It says rename. And then I want you to put your number right at the beginning, right? So I'm going to put 1 2. I'm a 1 2 4, right? I am actually a DIC. A lot of people would probably follow that with a K, but we're not going to talk that way today. I have to put money in the jar if I do that. Thank you, Max. All right. So notice what I did. Right click, rename, 1 2 4. It is harder on the phone. If a couple of you are on the phone, then that is a little tougher to do, but you can do it, right? So I'm a 1 2 4, and Mandy's probably like a 4 2 1, right? I mean, like that's how perfect she is for this Referco. All right. 1 2. Wayne Sherlin, right? You good with us? You got it? What do you got number wise? Alexander Fishbaum, can you do me a favor and put your location that you work in your name as well? Express is all happy. Had my event, went really well. Everybody's so jelly. I love it. Your videos are top notch. Yeah, Nicole for sure. You should have bred another 4. I'm just telling you, just had one out of all of them. Just if you could have just had a accountant type out of that. Yeah. All right. So what did I just do? What did I just do? Somebody help me out. What did I just do? Somebody raise your hand, come off mute, tell me what I did. Or not. We could just make this entirely a monologue like night, right?
You had
Yeah.
everyone classify themselves with the DISC profile.
Oh, so I didn't say DISC, but you caught me. I basically gave everybody a DISC test. And instead of it being a 40 or 80 question test and then them spitting out 40 paragraphs about who you are, I basically did it in one question. We call it the magic question. I just asked you guys the magic question. You answered it, and I know how to communicate with you for the rest of your life. If you are a 1 2, I'm going to be short and to the point with my messages, with my emails, with my text messages. And I will probably end it with a smiley emoji because you love it. And you're going to go, man, he really gets me, right? If you're a 4, I'm going to speak with precision. I'm going to give you stats, data. I'm going to do the analysis. I'm going to give you enough that you can do some analysis, but I'm going to do analysis before you do analysis. The best way to work with a C or a 4 is to out 4 the 4. Be a better 4 than the 4 is. If you are a 3 2, then I'm going to let you tell your stories. I may fade in and out, but I'm going to let you tell your stories. And I will support you. I will understand how important your family is. I will be non-confrontational with you. And I will make sure that safety and security of you and your family and those around you are of utmost importance. I would never sell you a house on a busy street because all you do is lose sleep at night worrying about your kids or worrying about something might happen on the busy street, right? All right. Here's the second question that I have for you. You guys ready for this? What is your biggest professional challenge right now? What is your biggest professional challenge right now? I want you to think about it, and then I want you to put it in the chat window. What is your biggest professional challenge right now? Oh, please. You guys are leading me right into the answers. Yeah, ways to get in front of more agents, right? So we got learning new technology, building my B2B network, right? Which your B2B network, Becky, is your B2B to C, right? B2B to B to C. Yeah, Joey is all over the place. Time management, getting listings sold. Yep. Price. Phoebe, I'm going to conquer that for the rest of your life. It's price. You're like, and I'm just going to, as your coach, I'm going to continue saying price until you get the price reduced and then you'll sell it. And then you'll go, well, it really wasn't price. It was like we had to find the right buyer. No, it was the price. It was the price. Try pricing something too low. Try it. Just try it. Just try pricing something too low. Crazy. All right. I'm a loan officer, building relationships with clients and agents, right? Time management or staying positive. Okay. All right. So your challenges, your biggest. Now you shared with me your biggest professional challenges, right? Notice I didn't ask for psychological challenges because we don't have enough time for that, people. But here's the thing is the biggest professional challenge. What does that have to do with the first question, which is the magic question, which is, are you a 1, 2, 3, or 4? Here's the thing. Both of them, those answers come together. I'll tell you how to conquer your biggest challenge. I'm going to conquer all of your biggest challenges with 2 words. Time mastery. Time mastery. And when I say time mastery, it's time blocking and time management. If you rolled, if you're like, systems are my biggest challenge. No, they're not, right? You haven't blocked the time to do that. You know what to do. What is a system? It's a glorified checklist. So guess what? You haven't blocked the time to work on the checklist and make the checklist happen. That's it, right? Consistency. When you're inconsistent, it's because of your time management is inconsistent. All of this, building relationship with clients and agents, it's time management, right? Lead generation is time management. I don't have enough listings. How much time have you blocked off to get listings? Right? And you're like, well, none. I thought they would just appear out of the air once I joined RMA. Doesn't quite happen that way, people. I do have a magic question. I'm not sure if I have a magic answer or a magic pill. So time management. And here's what I'll tell you about mastering time management and mastering time. My life took off. My career took off when I learned to master time. When I finally got it, I finally got it. And so I'm going to go through 8 traps, and Karla and Neal are going to chime in as we go through these. I'm going to go through them very fast, but there's 8. I would ask that on your piece of paper, you just write, 1, and then maybe give yourself a couple of lines. So you could number 1 through 8, give yourself a couple lines under them. And then I'm going to have you circle 2 or 3 of the 8 and just tell me which ones fit for you. Fair enough? Everybody good? We're going to go pretty fast here. Number 1, and this is the first trap I fell into. And how many of you are talented people? How many of you? All right, so 3 or 4. So I'm talking to you right now, the talented ones. And there is something called the talented person's paradox. The talented person's paradox is that a lot of people are going to ask you to do a lot of things. Why? Because you get them done at a high level. And that's it. So here's the thing. The number 1 trap is the yes trap. The yes trap. Saying yes too often to requests, distractions, or obligations that don't help you move forward to your goals. They're not aligned with your priorities. You say yes too much. I want you to say no. I want you to learn how to say no, thank you. No, thank you for asking. Can you serve on the PTA? No, thank you for asking. Hey, you know what? We have a really good opportunity to be on the board for the high school baseball team. Do you want to be on it? No, thank you for asking. That's awesome. What a great opportunity for someone else. Right? Right? And I know a lot of you love to volunteer, but are you volunteering at a detriment to your life? Huh, isn't that interesting? What's something you said no to recently? Let me ask you this. I'll go both sides. And Neal and Karla always chime in. You guys are the experts on this, so I'm telling everybody what the problems are. You guys can help us with the timeless truths and the answers. But it's like, what's something you said yes to recently that you kind of now regret? Anybody have one of those? Shalee, what was something you said? Make it short, please, if you don't mind. I'm tapping into the one of you.
I volunteered to review grant applications
Yeah.
for a charitable organization,
Yeah.
thinking
there.
there'd be 10,
Yeah.
54.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You can't do it. You're gonna have to divide and conquer. You got to give some of that up, right? So that's a good one. And I heard lacrosse board. I'm telling you, it's so tempting. It's like baseball, right? And it's like the board. And there might be political, and we always validate it with business, right? Like it's networking, Michael. It's networking. Well, I mean, is it? Is it? Like it's really not, because it's more of an obligation than it is networking. And it's like, how's another way we could get to the lacrosse people? We could invite the lacrosse team and their parents to our events, right? So we can still get to that group without, necessarily. Yeah, MLS. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to take some slack. I'm going to take some punches for this. Volunteering for the Realtor Association. Man.
Don't do it, Michael.
I'm not going to do it.
Don't do it. I know everybody knows what you're going to say.
I so want to say it.
Don't get on record for this. There's no reason to.
Are we recording?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't do
it. You can either be a producer or a volunteer. All right. So
Michael, with this trap, one of the things that I see time and time again as we're teaching time mastery is the 2s and the 3s out there fall into this trap time and time again. And it looks differently. Like the 2s will fall into the people traps. If someone asks them, they're going to say yes, right? The 2s always want to be go, 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 go. So
and social.
They lose purpose if they're not go, go, going. And sometimes they lose productivity because they're go, go, going. Where the 3s fall into the yes trap a lot of times on trainings. It's like they will go into every single training ever made, and then they can't be effective. And so for the 3s out there, sometimes it's okay to say no to training. It will be there later. I promise.
Yeah. 3s, you need to learn how to say no without causing controversy. So a great way to do that is I'll think about it. Just say I'll think about it. And 90% of the time, they won't come back and ask you again. So just say, you know what? I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Sometimes it's harder as a 3 to say, no, thank you for asking, right? No, you feel like that might be too much. But a great one is, you know what? I'll think about it. I'll think about it. And then they ask again, is like, I'm still thinking about it. And they're like, well, we really need to know. I'm still going to have to think about it. And by the way, that's the truth, right? That you are thinking about it. And the power of thinking about it is if you thought about it enough, you'd just say no, but we want to avoid controversy, right? So I think the big thing is I want you to say no to as much as you can. What did Coach say the very first day of Rick's coaching in 7L? Say no to everything else. I want you to just go down the 7L path and then you can do whatever you want, right? So it is one of those, right? Where do you feel stuck? Where do you feel stuck? If you feel stuck in something, it's time to think about an exit strategy. How do you get out of it? How do you get out of it? So, I have to tell you, I'm super talented. I'm super productive. I get asked to do a lot of stuff, and I'm overcommitted right now. I am overcommitted. Because what are they? They're all awesome opportunities. And it's just like, you got to figure out what that opportunity that you're not going to do, right? All right, number 2, and this is an interesting one. This is, I would call this the busy trap, right? The busy trap. What is the busy trap? Confusing being busy with being productive. Checking off tasks that aren't truly moving your business forward. I checked Facebook today. Good for you. That's awesome. Social media is how I'm going to get all my business. How's that working for you?
But Michael, you can on the social media point is and Karla and I talk about this in the class, is that you can put a budget around it and a time block for it and say, I'm going to do like 10 minutes or 15 minutes of Instagram. I'm going to do 15 minutes of, LinkedIn and 15 minutes, whatever. And you put a block for it, but you're not fiddling with it all the time. And then you do a purpose around it. And I think that can really help you, because some people you should get in social media and go like some things and whatever, but some people get caught up in it and it's too much. Right.
Yeah. So my TikTok block, right? So I'm going to go check TikTok. And then I started at 8 p.m. and 3 a.m. I'm still looking at freaking 15-second videos, right? And it's or reels on Facebook. I wasn't even going to Facebook for the reels. And then I see a football reel. Why do I see a football reel? I coach high school football at the highest level in the United States. Guess what happens, right? They get me. They get Patrick Mahomes threw a pass today in practice. Whoa, what? Well, I wonder if he completed it. Right. And then it's football Chiefs, and then it's pretty girl. How do they know? I like girls.
They got you pegged.
Women. Let me make sure I get that correct. Right. Yeah. So then there's that. Right. And it's because I look at it, what happens 7 reels later, another one. Right. And then it's football, and then it's baseball, and then it's baseball training, football training. And it's oh, this is all really good 30-second info. And then pretty soon you're looking at 4 hours. It's just dangerous. It's just dangerous. The best thing you can do is hire a Mandy and say, Mandy, why don't you run our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook group, Facebook page, and Twitter, and what was the other one? Whatever it is. Once you run our social media, right? And now I don't spend as much time on any of that. So it works, right? All right. Number 3, I'm telling you, this is another one, right? I would call this the activity. I would call this the stuff trap, the stuff. And you could put stuff in parentheses or quotes. And that is filling your day with stuff that doesn't have a connection to your goals, right? So just Zooms. You can have unnecessary Zooms. You can have Zooms that don't align with where you want to go, right? Measure success by the outcomes, not by how busy you look. How important is that meeting? Make the meeting and go. And I'm going to give you an example of that. This jam session. How many of you have I don't know what time zone you're in. How many of you have the 30 minutes after this jam session for instant implementation already in your schedule? If you don't, this is just entertainment. And I'm not very entertaining. If we have to go full entertainment, I'll just throw it over to Tommy, go full screen. He'll do the thriller and we'll call it a day, right? Learning without implementation is just entertainment. And notice that is LIE. It's just a lie. You're lying to yourself if you think that you're getting something done just by learning. You're overeducated, underexecuted, and we got to get away from that. All right. Number 5. Oh my God.
Michael, let me talk real quick. On 1 and 2, that's one of the reasons with the time mastery class we have is that people have a checklist, they have to-dos, they're doing all their stuff, right? They feel like they have to be busy. And that's why we just focus so hard on influential zone. Yeah. Just we don't care about tracking all your to-do stuff. Is just get in that influential zone, because that's what's going to get you more money. There you go.
What's in the influential zone, Neal?
I've never heard about it. No.
What's in it?
One-on-one meetings.
Why not spend more time in the informational zone?
Yeah, right. So one-on-one meetings, right? So face-to-face. Zooms they count, right?
For sure. As long as they're productive, right? As long as they're moving towards your goal.
As long as they're not an MLS meeting. And then 2 is basically phone calls, making phone calls, talking to people, moving forward in relationships. And then the last one is events and seminars. Are you doing, and it's you hosting event. And the key is, if you're on the Zoom and you're a fly on the wall and your camera's off and
Yeah.
we don't know where you are
He
at,
called out some of you.
that
Right
doesn't
there.
that doesn't count.
Mm.
Right. But if you're interactive, you ask some questions and what have you, that's influential. And I think you got to be really strategic about that. You don't have to have a big event to call it an event. If that makes sense.
Love it. All right. The fifth trap. And this is we had the yes trap up above. I would call this the N period O period trap, right? The next opportunity trap. So the no trap. And the next opportunity trap, or the no trap, is always chasing the next client, opportunity, or distraction without building depth or focus, right? So chasing the next opportunity. What we really need to be doing is we need to be focusing on the opportunity that's in front of us. A lot of you know my pro-launch ritual that is part of my edge. Every day I ask myself 5 questions, right? I'm not gonna make this part of the show, right? But 2 of the questions that I love are, where do I have momentum right now? And where is the biggest opportunity right now? Where is my biggest opportunity right now? And some of you just move on from the last seller, you move on from the last client, you move on from the last buyer, and you're searching for the next buyer. What if I told you that if you went at depth with the previous person, it would produce your next buyer, your next seller, and your next person? So instead of just always looking next, and by the way, that is extremely stressful. It is extremely stressful. Instead of looking to the next, let's focus on the ones we have. Let's focus on the people we have. And honestly, our entire system is about going on depth with the current relationships we have to find our next deal. It's called the inward rule. Too often we look outward for the next opportunity. And honestly, we need to look inward in our sphere of influence, right? Our people we know are going to produce our next opportunity, not strangers, not Zillow, not like social media, not any of that. Our next opportunity is going to come from someone we know. How do we know that? If you lost your dog, who would you call to help you find it? Who would you call? Ghostbusters? No, right? Who would you call? You would probably call your neighbors, call your friends, and if it got really bad, you'd maybe, call your family and do a search party to find the dog. And you would be desperate. Trust me, Miles got out. This is where this example came from, right? About a week ago, and we couldn't find our fluffy little white dog that has no wild experience whatsoever. Like he thinks he's a big dog, but he is really just an appetizer for most other animals. So it's one of those where we were freaking out. Well, who could we call? Well, we went to the neighbors first, right? Where did we go? We went to the social media HOA group, the neighborhood group, and guess what? They helped us find it. Why would they help? Because they knew us. Because who is going to help you? People who know you. Who's going to help you get your next deal? Do you think Zillow's really sitting there thinking about how they can help you get your next deal? No. Right? Your family, your friends, the people you know are going to help you get your next deal. Spressa just learned that, right? That's where her next deals are coming from, is from people she knows and people that are helping her. So we need to really focus on the opportunity of what we have now. All right. This is a big one. Yeah.
We have an emergency. We skipped number 4.
We did?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Shoot. I'm sorry. All right. Well, this is well, number 4. We'll make it number 6. Right? Or did we make 4 the next opportunity?
No, you're numbering right. You just didn't mention 4.
Okay.
Just
So the
make
next
4
one.
4. We went from 3 to 5.
Yeah.
All right. So 4 is the quicksand trap. You're getting pulled into emergencies, crises, and unplanned interruptions, right? So this is one of those where you want to ask, your lack of preparation constitute my emergency? Like, no, it doesn't. So we've got to, and the thing is you need to create boundaries. And this is hard. but you've got to do it. I have a sign on my door that says something like brilliance in action or something. I don't know what it is, but it's basically got a heart shape. And it's basically it's when that door is closed, Max doesn't come in, Sherry doesn't come in, nobody comes in. Like I am in a closed door session with myself. I did that literally last night to work on our value ladder and work on some things we're doing with KW referrals, right? So, and that wasn't going to get done if I was being interrupted by different things. So, and I don't know how Nicole manages her life. I mean, she has 8 children, 9 children. She has like, and most of them have somebody they're dating, which is another drama set waiting to happen that I've discovered recently with a 16-year-old boy that I'm not going to go into right now. But the bottom line is the quicksand trap is other people's emergencies becoming your emergencies. And listen, if you're a 3, listen, the best thing for you is retreat. Like get away from the environment, get away from where they can call on you. Like it just is. If you're a 1, you have no problem with this. You close the door and somebody goes in, you yell at them. Nice job, 1s. Way to be really strong and tough. And yeah. So if you're a 2, you yell at them too. Or you smile at them and go, come on in, let's talk for a while. Right. And then the 4s, you're really good at this because nobody wants to talk to you. So I think it's all really good stuff. Right. So a lot of
Michael, that
truisms.
goes, most people here in real estate and mortgage, right?
Yeah.
Nobody is dying if
No
you
such
don't,
thing as real estate 911, right, Neal?
I mean, unless obviously there's, recording in a half hour or whatever it is, nobody's dying. And so you can put a block together, get the thing done, and then return the phone call or whatever you have to do.
Well, that's that. I had to discover that. I mean, I honestly thought everything was a freaking emergency. If somebody called, I thought it was an emergency. So here's the thing, right? Is when is it? When is it an emergency? Well, I will tell you that if you're in charge of lead generation and you get a lead with a mobile phone, I think that is an emergency. I think that's something you shut down, you call their mobile, and you get them on the phone because that same lead is probably going to 35 other people, right? Hopefully, from this business and our business model, you don't even have to get into that situation. A referral, do you have to call a referral back immediately? The answer to that actually is no. Do you want to be timely? Do you want to be respectful? Yes. But Neal brings up a phenomenal point there there is no such thing as real estate 911. Nobody's going to die because you didn't call them back, right? Or because you didn't call them back in an hour or answer the phone. Are there situations where time is of the essence? Yeah, like he said, you've got a closing in 30 minutes and there's a piece of paper missing, or there's something that needs to be required for signatures, right? The down payment has not been whatever, right? So bottom line is there's not a lot of cases where you need to be in 911 mode, right? All right, number six. This is the difference between an average producer and a top producer. And Joey, I want you listening. Spressa, I want you listening. Megan, I want you listening. I want all of you listening because this is a separator. Who an average person will work with? Anyone. The average agent will work with anyone. And they end up showing a quote unquote buyer who then doesn't have a pre-approval, looks at 85 homes, and then you find out they signed a lease. That's what an average producer will do. They work with time wasters. It's called the time waster trap. Number 6 is the time waster trap, is you get caught up with time wasters. You know what a top producer does? The buyer has to prove to a top producer that they're worth their time. You have a pre-approval? Yes or no? No? I'm sorry. When the ticket to the show is a pre-approval letter. That's the ticket to the show. I need proof of funds. Here's the second ticket to the show. You come into the office for a buyer's consultation. You want to see if somebody's serious or not? Have them come to your office or do an electronic Zoom buyer consultation with them. If they have a pre-approval and they do a buyer's consultation, they're probably pretty serious. The difference between the average producer and the top producer is average producers work with time wasters and top producers ain't got time for that.
Well, Michael, it goes in too with the A+, right? The
Yeah.
VIP track with your database. Spend the time with your people that refer you a lot, because you're going to get more out of it, versus people think so often people think their database is a flat one, and they think that the people that have never done a deal with them and they've called them 15 or 20 times over the 6 years and they've done, and they're equal to the person that's referred them 10 transactions in the last 2 years. And you taught me that. It's like, no, I have conditional relationships within my database, flat out.
The value rule, right? Here's the thing. Everybody's born equal, but everyone has a different value to your business. Everybody's born equal, but they all have a different value to you and your business. So people ask me all the time, which should I implement first, coach? The top yap or the all yap? It is 100% the top yap every single time. It's smaller, leads to micro events. It's funner. It's better people. It's the fastest way to grow your business. It's the people you should be hanging out with anyway. It's your A's and A pluses. It's the movers and shakers, the connectors, that type of thing. And here's the other thing. You don't have time for everybody, but you better make time for your top people, because let me tell you something about an ambassador that should scare the heck out of you. And listen, I've lost ambassadors through my life. I have. And it was the worst loss in the history of the world, because here's the thing about an ambassador. If they're not ambassadoring you, they're ambassadoring somebody else. They are. When you find someone who is willing to be brave enough and courageous enough to speak up on your behalf and refer you willingly, you need to love on that person. They are special. There are people in this world who won't refer anyone. You know why we started at 103 today? Is because I had a referral I had to connect. So guess what? And by the way, it was an ambassador. I'll just tell you who it is, right? So you guys know Hello Leverage, right? Hello Leverage. So Amanda has signed on to sponsor our mega camp event. By the way, I call Amanda, or I text Amanda and I go, hey, we're having an event. And her response was, I'm in. She didn't know how much it was. She didn't know where it was. She didn't know anything, right? I should have raised what I was going to charge. But the thing about it was, she said, I'm in. And guess what? Today, somebody needs a transaction coordinator. And what do I do? Right? I'm placing that puppy. I've already paid. Not me paid, but through this referral, it will already have paid her sponsorship back 3 times. So number 7, and we have just 2 left. The tech trap is the next one. The tech trap. Letting tech run your life instead of supporting your life. This is testy, right? You guys love Chat GPT. You love typing in it and like it's a friend. I get it, right? Mine's named Alfred. Have you named your AI yet? You will soon. It's okay.
Mine
It's
is
Alfred
Steve.
because I'm Batman, right? So Alfred, and it's like some of you want to type into AI, hey, listen, like, why don't you describe me to myself? And it comes back with all these flowery, nice things about you. And the truth is, you got a little evil in you. You got some bad stuff. ChatGPT didn't tell you any of that, right? It's all good, right? You will be my friend. And some of you think AI is your friend, and it's okay. But I'm telling you, Chat IRL is better than ChatGPT. You might want to write that down. Chat IRL is greater than Chat. Tommy liked that one. Tommy liked it. He gave me a thumbs up. You guys see that? The tech guy. Chat IRL. Anybody know what IRL means? You don't know, do you? Anybody here know what IRL means?
In real life.
IRL is in real life. Chat IRL. That's a hashtag waiting to happen right there, people. I'm just telling you. You don't have to give me credit. You can put it out there. All right. So here's the thing about tech. Is it a tool? Are you a slave or are you the master? Are you the slave to your phone? I can be the slave to my phone. My phone beeps or buzzes or vibrates. I check it. Anybody else here? Right? If it's a text, I'm a slave. I react. Woo, what's going on? And text back, right? but I'm so efficient. I'm so fast. It's so important. I mean, you want to talk about real estate 911? We could talk tech. There is no such thing as tech 911. None. You don't need to reply immediately. Sorry, Tommy. I'm not going to do it. Right? If I replied immediately to Tommy's Facebook messages, text messages, his Voxers, his messages in GHL, which we're both on, we both have each other's text messages, but like he texts me in GHL because it's like another way to get a hold of me, right? And it's like if I reply when I reply, and he still likes me, which is crazy, but it's like sometimes we have to wait to reply. Tech needs to be something we leverage. Tech is the slave. We are the master, people. Be the master of your phone. Be the master. Can you put it away? How long could you put it away? I was so proud of myself in Alaska. My phone decided it wanted to live in Alaska. It did. It dove into a pristine, beautiful lake out of a helicopter, right? I was in a helicopter. And it came out of my pocket and bounced 72 times inside the helicopter and then fell into, I mean, it was beautiful. You should have seen it. You know how you see those divers that do like, it didn't. The phone literally did like the most perfect 30-foot like swan dive and went straight to the bottom of the lake. And I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to die. I went 7 days without a phone and it was fine. Day 1, really hard. Day 2, a little bit less hard. Day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why do I have a phone? Why do I have a phone? Like why? I don't know. I think I could live without it. Maybe not. I don't want to try though. Okay. Good stuff. Those are the 8 traps. Anybody need me to repeat any of the traps? Okay. All right. I want you to
I got
circle
7.
7.
You haven't done the
is
last one,
the
Michael.
tech
You
trap.
got one more.
Yeah, one
No.
more.
What's
All right,
8?
I missed one.
The me.
What? Oh no, I don't want to cover that one.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, number 8. Number 8. And this has been Michael Mayer's up and down through the live. And this one's like this is the second one I'd circle. The yes trap is the first one I'd circle. The me trap, letting ego or emotional responses override smart decisions or systems. Like the system. Surrender to the system, right? Sometimes you are your biggest trap. And what do we mean by that? Is what we mean by that is you don't think anybody else can do it better than you, so you refuse to leverage. Spressa, who is the who?
Not me.
Spressa. The who is who?
Not me.
The who is not you, right? Everybody write that down. The who is not you. How many of you mow your own lawn? How many of you mow your own lawn? Yeah, right? So BJ, come off mute real quick, please. And welcome, by the way, newbie. I like new people. And I know you're on your phone. It's tougher than crap to get it off mute. You got to have a really small finger. Sorry. He's got big fingers. He's like me trying to get on the phone on Zoom. Right.
Okay, I got it. Yay.
Yeah, all right, brother. Appreciate you. Okay. So you mow your own lawn.
Every week.
Defend it. Tell me why.
I want to pay somebody else to do it. And it's
You
not
don't-
quite, everybody goes, well, it's not worth your time. I get that. My time is worth more than cutting my grass. Got it. But
How long does it take you? How long does it take you?
45 minutes.
45 minutes? Okay. All right. So here's the thing. So you do it just to not pay somebody else, right?
Correct.
Okay. When do you do it?
Generally weekends.
All right. What time?
Afternoon, evening.
Afternoon or evening?
I mean, when the sun goes down over here in Alabama, so 6:30, 7 o'clock.
The sun sets in Alabama?
Oh, the sun, well, I mean,
8,
officially it sets
8:30
about 9 o'clock. But
yeah. So you're doing it late at night on a Saturday night instead of
That's
going
correct.
out and drinking.
Correct.
All right. So you have substituted something that's decent for something that's bad, right?
Yes.
All right. So do you like mowing the lawn?
No.
Okay. So that's the right answer, right? So I was going to say, if you do like it, then you could mow our lawn too, right? Or your
Yeah.
neighbor's lawn. You would never
No.
volunteer. Okay. So one thing is, if you don't like it, like maybe we pay somebody like whatever it would be. I mean, 45 minutes, you don't have a huge lawn, right?
It's not.
Yeah. So somebody's going to charge you $20 or $40 a week, maybe. And so it's something to look at. I'm just saying, right? So what I think it's one of those where it's like, what are some things that you could have other people do that they would do better than you, and it would free you up to do other things, right? So cleaning your house, right? Cleaning your house. Cleaning your house is a $15 an hour job. Now, if you're not making it in real estate or lending, then clean your own house. I'm just saying, right? If you are doing well in real estate, lending, financial planning, photography, whatever it may be, then guess what? You can have somebody else clean your house. Meals. You can have somebody else meal prep, probably be healthier, probably be safer. If you're a three and you're the one in charge of meals, ask the family what they want, have them prepped, have them done, and then there's no arguing, there's no confrontation of what do you want for dinner tonight? Right? What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? I don't know. What do you want to eat? I don't care. What do you want to eat? That kind of thing. Right? So yeah, Shalee, I'm in the same way. There's some of these jobs that I never want back. Like I never, by the way, I don't own a lawnmower. I don't own one. When I moved to Atlanta, and BJ, I'm not saying right, wrong, or whatever. It's like it's a decision, right? And it's one of those where we need to be thinking like, what are all the things that we could delegate that we really don't like to do, right? So it is. Now, here's the other thing: is if you love gardening and you love doing it, and when you mow, you edge, and you also do the flowers and all that, and it becomes therapeutic, then guess what? Mental health is a thing, and it makes a lot of sense, right? So I will tell you that meal prep is something to consider for everyone. All right. So what else? So what are your top three out of the eight? Is the ego trap or the me trap? So what are your top three? Circle your top three. What's the one that really hits home with you? I should have called the yes trap the talent trap, because it really, oh no, I guess it happens to everybody. But what do you think? Quicksand trap, right? So the quicksand trap, that's an easy one. And I'm glad you guys caught me on that, right? Are you living reactively or are you living proactively? If you are living reactively, you will burn out and you feel out of control and you have a lot of stress. If you are proactive, you will still have a little bit of stress. You will still have a little burnout, but you're going to feel a lot more control and clarity. What was number 7? Number 7 was the tech trap. Come on. If you say you're not number 7, then you're 82 years old. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Right.
One that I see time and time again with people struggling is that darn to-do list trap,
Yep.
where they have to-do lists 1,000 items long. And one of the things I love is I always think, hey, if I was to have someone come up to me and say, we're going on vacation tomorrow, all expenses paid, come on vacation with me, we're leaving tomorrow. All of a sudden, that 1,000 list checklist that I have, there's only a few things that actually would matter that I would have to get done before I go on vacation tomorrow. But instead, we just junk up our brains with all of these checklist items.
Yeah, I call that the shoulds, right? Is we should do this, we should do that, we should do this, we should do that. And pretty soon we're shoulding all over ourselves, right? And we don't want to should all over ourselves, right, Mandy? Don't should all over yourself. It becomes a dirty job. So it's one of those where, I mean, we literally just did this. We have a lot going on right now at Referco. And so we have a list, and it's like, all right, we got to get this on paper. We got to get the list, and then we got to prioritize the list. What is the one thing that we got to get done now? What is that top thing? What is that top thing that I can do? What's the top thing Mandy can do? What's the top thing that Sherry can do? And guess what? The number 4 thing is going to wait, period. And we're going to go until number one is done. We're going to go. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's a 5-sentence description of what your session is at Mega Camp. 5 sentences. If they gave me a paragraph, I'd whip it out and forth, but I get 5 sentences to try to convince people to come to my session at a Keller Williams conference where there's 4,000 different things. I do want to talk about time blocking, and then I want the bottom line is we have time mastery coming up next month, and you should all be in it. If you're in RMA, you're in it. Congratulations, great decision, by the way. If you're not in RMA, sign up for RMA, and then you get time mastery. Instead of $497, it's just $99, right? So you can go to timemasteryclass.com, or you can go to referralmasteryacademy.com. The referralmasteryacademy.com. It's the stupidest, biggest, giant no-brainer in the history of sales and marketing, in my opinion, right? And then how many of you want to go fast when it comes to referrals? You want to go fast? Get into RMA. You want to go faster? Then get into fire or get into upgrade and go faster. If you want to go fastest, then talk to Karla or Tommy about one-to-one coaching. That's the system. Fast, faster, fastest. How fast do you want to do referrals?
Hey, Michael, we're also throwing in time mastery because we're going to go heavier into disc on Karla's group coaching. So they're going to get free group coaching with Karla.
There's your faster,
for
right?
the month. And it's going to focus a little bit more intensive on disc for you. So
love it. Yeah. So fast would be time mastery. You want solutions faster, then you will do the group coaching Karla does in time mastery, right? So we always have a fast, faster, fastest type of concept. So here's the things I want you to know about time blocking and time management, and then we'll wrap up the session today. One thing that people think with time blocking is it will restrict me, confine me, restrain me, take away my freedom. But what you're going to discover about time blocking is you actually get more freedom. You're going to actually have more freedom because you're not going to stress over all the things you're not getting done. Do you know how to de-stress about something that you're not getting done? Schedule it. As soon as you schedule it, your stress around that item goes to zero. You might think that your job or career or life is too chaotic to be able to structure, but every single person we've ever worked with has been able to take the blocks of chaos in their time and put it into a schedule where it makes sense and alleviated the chaos. They've gone from chaos to clarity with their life. It's pretty powerful. Some people say, I don't have good examples when it comes to time blocking. Well, how many of you went to school? Did you go to school? Did you ever wonder why they had you do math 1 hour, science the next hour, and then English and then social studies? Why didn't they just teach you math, social studies, science, English all in the same hour? Oh, because it makes sense to focus. School is a great example. Go back to school. And here's the beauty. Instead of other people picking the classes, you get to pick the classes. You get to pick what you're going to work on during those hours. Another thing is you might think your time isn't important enough or valuable enough to block. You just don't have enough going. Guess what? As soon as you schedule your time, you will then be much more productive and you'll have much more to do. Also, you might think everything is of equal value, and we know that's not the truth. Some things that you need to do are more important. Your biggest challenge right now is your biggest thing that you should be working on. Here's another one. Some people have a mental block. They have a mental block. Some of you might have this mental block. And that is, if I take control of my life and I become proactive, people are going to expect big things of me. And you have a little bit of success suicide going. And I want you to know is that you need to step into that. You need to embrace that living proactively is better than living reactively. Are you a leaf in the wind or are you an oak tree of strength? Work your way to be the tree instead of the leaf. A leaf is just at the mercy of the wind and ends up in the gutter. Whereas a tree grows, blossoms every single year, strength through every type of weather. An oak tree can take any weather. An oak tree can take a lightning bolt. Be an oak tree. Also, you might think, I don't know how to time block. Guess what? We have a class called Time Mastery, and we're going to not only help you time block and teach you to time block, we're literally going to have you time block. Like, that's the power of our mastery classes. We don't just tell you what to do and leave you hanging like every other class out there. You could go to a Zoom. What do? Here's what a top producer did. Well, what if a top producer showed you what they did and then helped you do what they did? That is time mastery. Karla is a top producer. Neal is a top producer when it comes to time management and processing and time blocking. And they're not worried about their time block. They're not going to show you their time block and say, hey, here's our time block. You should do a time block. No, it's going to be you making your time block. And then they grade your time block to help you get your life together. And I don't care where you at. Me, I analyze my time block every week. Every week.
Well, the key, Michael, thing that we do is we meet you where you're at. There's not this, you don't get a grade because you created the best time block. It's how are you and what are you doing right now, and what can we do to improve where you're at right now? Just because if you've been through our class 4 or 5 times and you're badass in this, and you versus a newbie, we're going to meet you where you're at as a newbie. We're going to meet you at where you're at as a badass.
I love that as well about both of them, and really where we come from is we're not judgmental. We get out of judgment and we get into curiosity. We are very curious about how we can help you. We're curious about your decisions. Like, I wasn't judgmental with BJ. Like, you want to mow your own lawn, it only takes 45 minutes. You're doing it on a Saturday night instead of getting in trouble. That's great. That's great. You win, right? Me, I don't even freaking own a lawnmower, right? The only way I'm doing it with scissors. That's going to take me too long. So you know how you want to get away from doing things that you don't like to do? Don't buy the things that allow you to do the things. You want to never mow the lawn? Don't buy a lawnmower. It's amazing how that works. All right, ahas or questions. If you're an RMA, you're automatically signed up for Time Mastery. I did get that text message. How do I get into Time Mastery? You're in RMA. We'll get you going. Suggestions, ahas, questions. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Some of you are scared right now. Like, damn, what if this works? What if it works? What if it works? Like, dang, what if it works? Like, that would be awesome. Here's the other thing I love about Time Mastery. You're not going to walk out with every hour blocked. We're not going to over time block you. There's going to be white space in your schedule, and we teach you how to use white space to manage your energy to go along with your time. So
one of the other things we figured out is that the high D's, they don't have they think time blocking's, they don't really want to take the time to do it. And then they're probably the hardest nut for us to crack, because once we finally see that it works, they blow up. Their business.
Yep. What I think, I mean, I used to say, well, I think the ones that are going to get the most out of time blocking are going to be the 2s, right? But what I've discovered over time is that everybody needs it. I don't care if you're a 1, 2, 3, or 4, you're going to get it out. And the 4s will typically block the tech stuff and the antisocial stuff and that kind of thing first. And then it's like, oh, I need to be more social. I need to do more lead generation. I need to do whatever it may be, right?
Well, the other thing with the 4s is we're telling them, don't fill out the time block so perfectly.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to look perfect. You just go be with people and go do things more and get out of your own way, you know?
Yeah.
And I love that this is a habit that affects everyone, and it doesn't just affect your 8 to 5 time schedule, right? It's every part of your life. It's a 24/7 habit that just making small tweaks right now can blow up everything in a positive way. And I see time and time again, people will be doing the habit well, and they might fall off of it for a bit, But when they get back into it, they're not starting at ground zero again.
Yeah,
They're
right.
starting at, level 2 and level 3, and every fall gets less and less. And it's just amazing to watch their journeys.
Yeah, we only do life-changing classes, right? You're notice that we're not doing a lot of AI classes right now. Is AI a part of event mastery? Yes. Is AI a part of networking mastery? Yes, right? But it's as a support. It's a tool that we use, not necessarily the whole course, right? So time mastery is going to change your life. It's changed my life. So it has the opportunity to change your life. So my question is, all right, you're not going to share with me any ahas. You're not going to give me any questions. You're not going to give me any suggestions. So tell me, what are you going to work on for the next 21 minutes? What are you going to work on the next 21 minutes? So my son just answered me. He's in the other room. He's not even a part of what we do here at Referco. He said, my plan for today is I'd like to go to Brooklands, then to Planet Fitness to do legs and core, and then go to Emmett for a sleepover. Where's yours, people? You're paying me. All he is doing is costing me. I mean, in the best way, right? So I love him sometimes. So Espresso, did you have something to add?
You kind of really made me think about being the yes person. I've been a Girl Scout leader for 4 years, and this year I didn't really want to do it, but I signed up anyway. And I'm like,
Ooh.
it's gonna be hard because I have a lot of girls dependent on me, and if I quit, then the troop doesn't move forward.
Do you have a partner that's running the troop with you?
Yes, but it has
Yeah.
to be
All right. I can't be there next Tuesday. So
It has to
repeat
be
after
two.
me. Repeat after me. I can't be there next Tuesday.
It has to be 2.
No, there doesn't.
Well, per Girl Scout rules, it has to be 2.
Or what? They cancel it?
Well, the whole troop will fall apart.
Oh, even better. That is perfect. Right?
But my daughter actually does not want to do it anymore, but my troop leader says she would only do it with me. So I'm only sticking around for her, and that's not good enough reason. I'm realizing.
Yeah. So it's one of those where we're looking for a parent volunteer to help with Girl Scouts, right?
Yeah.
You're going to find one. You're going to find one, right? And then hand it off. Espresso, you're about to get super busy.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And trust me, when you say, hey, we need another volunteer or this group is going to fall apart, it's
Yeah.
amazing how quickly people will jump in and help. They
Don't
won't
send it
raise
to the
their hand.
girls. Send it to their parents, right? Send it to the parents. Just say, hey, listen, we really need another leader, somebody that can be there on Tuesdays. They don't necessarily need to know the curriculum or anything else. They just need to be there. And then I would do the trade, right? Have you guys seen that in Mission Impossible where they take the little bag and they take the really important, really valuable thing? You're the really valuable thing. You're going to slide a box of rocks and take the really valuable time back, which is your life, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? You guys know that? Have you guys seen that Mission Impossible? I'm getting a lot of blank faces. So it's a pretty common exchange. I think it was actually done in Indiana Jones first, and then it was done in Mission Impossible 3, and then it was okay. So I think it was even done in the one. What was the one? You Can't See Me Now or See Me Now? What was that magic show? There was 2 of them. You Can't See Me Now. What is that?
Now you see me.
Now You See Me. Thank you. Now You See Me, and Now You See Me Too. Right? I think it was in Now You See Me Too. Pretty good show. All right. What are you going to work on the next 20 minutes, 18 minutes if Michael just shut up and hit end?
I'm going to the lake. Like I'm at the
Thanks,
lake. So I'm not
Bressa.
have time to relax. So I'm going to the lake. So I'm not going to work on anything else.
Yeah.
You want
So
an answer?
yeah, Tommy's actually finally going to have lunch. So right. I mean, and so how much do you get done before you go on vacation? I love Karla. Karla's use that example often, and I love that example because it's amazing how much you get done before you go out of town. And anybody here have a listing that's not selling? Anybody have one? Yeah. So leave town, go on vacation, go on a hike, go on vacation, go to the Lake Lanier, Tanya. Just drive up there. You don't even have to stay. Just go up there, drive around the lake, and it'll be like, hey, we'd like to submit an offer on your house, right? All right. So here's the thing. I mean, you got time mastery coming up. It's a short class. It's 8 sessions, 4 weeks. It goes really, really fast. The other thing too is make sure that you are not wasting your Zoom time. Zoom, instant implementation. Zoom, that's probably the best habit I have. That is probably the best habit I have. Because I get 3 or 4 things done from it, and we get better, or I send it to Mandy to do, and it gets done, and then it goes from there. So.
And already block it on your schedule. Time mastery is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock Eastern. So no, right after.
Ooh, I like that. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Did you guys hear that? I love that. No more Monday, Friday excuses, people.
Mhm.
Tuesday, Thursday.
And so right afterwards, have implementation time on your schedule right after our call.
Love it.
1 o'clock Eastern, Tanya.
What if you guys just did 7L? What if you just did the referral mastery system? What if? Surrender to the system. Give us 6 months. Give us 3 months. Give us 3 months. Give us August, September, October. We will blow you away. We will blow you away.
I'm blown away.
Espressa is blown away, right? We've made a difference in one life. That's all that matters.
And all the lives that I've touched.
That's right.
Steve, Time Mastery starts on August 5th. No,
it's August 5th.
Is it 5th or 6th? Whatever that Tuesday is.
5th.
Thank you.
I'll chime in. I'm blown away. I've only done event mastery with you guys, and Tommy's my coach, but just event mastery was absolutely phenomenal and great results already from it. So,
well, here's why we say surrender to the system. The system is event mastery into time mastery into networking mastery into event mastery into time mastery. Well, you had your event, you have a lot of follow-up to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Tons.
So you've got to block off the time to do it, right? We make you really busy, and then we show you how to manage the busyness. And then we're going to show you how to manage the networking, right? Which is more manageable, right? That's faster referral. Instead of building, like at event mastery, you get 40 people. Networking mastery will be 8 to 16 new people in your life, but they could be game changers. So it's important. And then you've got event mastery coming again for Pi Day, right? So, and you don't have to do Pi Day, but I'd suggest Pi Day. I don't care where you're at. You're like, well, other agents do Pi Day. Why do you think they do that? Right? Because it works.
Got it.
Take the full immersion route. Just fully immerse yourself in the system, shut off all the other noise, and you will be absolutely blown away.
Yeah. Give us 3 months. Give us 6 months. I'm telling you, it's the best of all worlds, in my opinion. And of course, I have a vested interest in that. So I get it. So, all right.
Commit to yourself for not doing it halfway. How many times do we try to do something, we do it halfway, and then it sits in the back of our head of, should I do it again? Well, I didn't do it as good as I could have. Maybe I should go back to. Now you wasted 1.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Just go all in, 3 months, 6 months, and boom, you'll know it's for you.
And I like I said, don't be scared. I think embrace you becoming a local celebrity, a local influencer, a local person of power, and just embrace it. And you have the ability. And I think some people, like, they start to see that you really can build a business on love, generosity, and appreciation instead of conquering and dominating and being an a-hole, right? And it's one of those where, like, you get scared because, like, I don't have any more excuses. I don't have any excuses now because there is a kinder, gentler, yet more productive way. And I want you guys to just embrace it. Just take it. It's okay. It's okay to be ridiculously profitable. It's okay to be successful. It's okay to be a leader. It's okay to be, a local celebrity. You can manage it, right? And it's just a beautiful life. So I hope you. All right. You guys rock. I appreciate all of you. You've got 12 minutes for instant implementation, and go rock it out there. Thanks for the jam session. Karla, Neal, thanks a million. Appreciate you. And Mandy,
Guys
of
on the
course.
5th.
You guys.
Mandy, you just get like permanent thanks. See you, everybody.